Hello everyone, and welcome to the next video. This is Dana R. Cradle. Today we're going to still be talking about Think and Grow Rich. Still going to be talking about the 12 things constitute real riches, or the 12 things that constitute real riches, right? From Think and Grow Rich, from Napoleon Hill. I've already spoke about a positive mental attitude. I've already spoke about sound physical health. This time we'll talk about harmony in human relationships and how it correlates to business, because I believe it's a big deal. First thing I believe you have to understand, and listen, I may not be exactly where people would like me to be as far as my success is concerned, but I believe that everybody has a story and have something to say. So I'm always going to have something to say when it comes to something I'm passionate about, and that's business. Internet marketers, network marketers, whatever you do, everybody has their passion or whatever, and this is mine. And I still strive for my success. And if you want to work for me, just reach out, or work with me, just reach out. But today I want to talk about harmony in human relationships and how it correlates to business. It's a big deal, because I'm going to tell you why. Because Tom Joyner, recently heard about Tom Joyner, and he does a lot for the black community, and I have tremendous admiration. And I've been following Tom Joyner for a long time. He's a radio host guy, if you don't know who he is, but he's very good because he touches on black issues, and he does that extremely well. He recently had some business stuff going where it didn't go that well for him, where he was forced out of his job. I think that's the exact story, but somebody can look that up and definitely get back to me and express some truth about that, because I'm just going by what I'm researching and finding out. Is that he had to leave his job. Now, I don't know if he owns something or he's paid very well for what he's doing now, because sometimes when people force you out, you can still get paid considerable amounts of money, so you're not really hurting that deep, and it ain't that deep, it ain't that serious. But to the average Joe, I think that you have to be careful, because I know he's good. Just saying, some other people who may go through that, I'm hearing that they had like 80% of ownership of his company. And when someone has 80% ownership of your company, you're an employee. You might as well go back to the regular everyday job and work that job and be fine. So when you make a deal with somebody and they get 80%, that means you're a high-paid employee, and they can do whatever they want with you, and they can tell you to have a nice day, or they can fire you and get somebody else. I remember my favorite show, one of my favorite shows was Shark Tank. I love that show. It's a guy that calls himself, quote unquote, Mr. Wonderful, right? And I believe he's the devil himself, really, because his whole ideals are kind of crazy. But he gives you the idea of how some of these folks think when they're those high levels. Business, business, business. And his famous quote is, "You're dead to me." So that should tell you that when you're dealing with guys like that, you cannot go to them and have them take control of your company, whatever it is. Do not let people have 80% of your company. I would rather pull the plug than have somebody take 80% of my company. How's that deal with harmonizing the human relationships? Well, it does, because you have to put people in their category. If you know who you're dealing with, they're not your friends, they're not your buddies. In business, yeah, you have some friends that you can depend on to a degree. I remember watching a video recently about Damon Dash, and he was talking about how he had a formula based on business, his friends, where they would have money that they would allocate to each other if based on what they do. Say if I have a friend and they're doing well in business, that they can lend you the money if you need it, or vice versa. And I think that's a very good idea, and I commend him for that. Damon Dash, he's a New York guy like me, comes from New York, and I have tremendous respect for him because of what he's done business-wise and what he's done with Jay-Z over the years. But it is a big deal. These harmony, you gotta have some harmony, and the way you have harmony is you have to know who you're dealing with and put them in their category. I'm making this video a little longer because I need to talk about this because it's a big deal. I think it is. Dealing with human relationships is a big deal because you have to know who you're dealing with, what you can get out of them as far as your friendship goes or whatever relationship you have with them. And I think that's it for this video, and I appreciate anybody that's watching. And I'm always, you know me, always help someone in need that definitely can use your help. I make sure I put that in every video and point that out and pay it forward. It's not about you making big money. It's about you helping people. And if you help people, trust me, the wealth will come. And that's financial wealth, family and friends wealth. You'll have good relationships, everything, as long as you're helping people. And that is it for this video, and I will see you.